Hello everyone, Yorashi here. First of all, happy Canada Day to anyone who's watching this on the day I upload this, if you're living in Canada. And as usual, it's this time of the month. I have now 1,378 books, meaning that I've got 52 books since last month, which is at this point my average, but definitely not my record. And a bit more than what I got last month, which was in the mid-high 30s. Anyway, I'm going to try to not make a video that's over 35 minutes like last month, sorry. So let's just get the show on the road, and I'll start with my collector's box. I haven't read any of the stuff in the collector's box, so for A Silent Voice, I'm still at volume 4. Same for Quintessential Quintuplet. And Cells at Work, I'm still at volume 1. And Wotakoi, Love is Hard for Otaku, I'm at volume 2, which actually is the first book, because all of these, except the last one, is double 2 volumes actually. Next, I'm going to have to do this. Sorry for My Familiar, volume 1 through 10, I've read up to volume 3. Gal Gohan, volume 1 through 10, the entire collection, I've read up to volume 4. 5 Seconds Before a Witch Falls in Love, there's only one volume, I've read it. Syrup, a Euro Anthology, volume 1 through 4, I've read up to volume 2. My Dress Up Darling, volume 1 through 8, I've read up to volume 3. Sweet Blue Flowers, volume 1 through 8, these are all double-sized books, I've read volume 1 and 2. I mean, only this one book. My Secret Affection, volume 1 and 2, the entire collection, as far as I know. I haven't touched the series yet. Next is Vampire Dormitory, volume 1 through 10. I've recently got volume 10. And I've recently read volume 6. Lovesick Eddie, volume 1 through 9. I recently got both 8 and 9. But I'm still at volume 3. Next is the French version of My Clueless First Friend, volume 1 through 10, and I'm gonna surprise people who know I love this series, but I haven't read volume 10 yet. Honey Lemon Soda, volume 1 and 2, I've only read volume 1. Dangers in My Heart, volume 1 through 4. Well, 4 is what I've read, but as you can see, I have up to volume 5. I Married My Best Friend to Shut My Parents Up, there are only one volume, and I haven't read it yet. Young Ladies Don't Play Fighting Game, volume 1 through 5, I've read up to volume 3. The Voynich Hotel, volume 1 through 3, I've read the French version up to volume 1, and I haven't touched the English version yet. Fly Me to the Moon, volume 1 through 17, I've read up to volume 16. The manga, light novel version, of Kuma 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 Bear, volume 1 through 13, including 11.5, I've read up to volume 4. Next is Whisper Me a Love Song, volume 1 through 6, I've read up to volume 4. Perfect World, volume 1 through 12, the entire collection, I've read up to volume 7. Beauty and the Beast Girl, there's only one volume, though it is possible to read more to the story online. I've read it. Superwoman in Love, volume 1 through 5, the entire collection, I've read up to volume 4. This is a French manga, I don't know the English or Japanese title, sorry, so Cette vie auprès de toi, volume 1, I haven't touched it yet. The English version of My Clueless First Friend, volume 1 through 4, I've read, these are all, as you can see, double-sized book. I've read up to volume 1, 1 and 2. The light novel version of Roll Over and Die, I Will Fight for an Ordinary Life with My Love and Cursed Sword, volume 1 through 4, I've read up to volume 2, sorry. I got caught up in A Hero Summons, but the other world was at peace, volume 1 through 6, I've read up to volume 5. No, sorry, I've read up to volume 1, I don't know why. Oh, because I had up to volume 5 until yesterday or 2 days ago. Cheeky Brat, volume 1 through 6, I've read up to volume 2. Love in Hell, volume 1 through 2 and 3, the entire collection, I haven't touched it yet. Kaguya-sama, Love is War, volume 1 through 25, I've read up to volume 18. We Never Learn, volume 1 through 21, the entire collection, I've read up to volume 16. Comic and Communicate, volume 1 through 25, I've read up to volume 20. Alright, so we're actually going pretty good this time. Unlike the other time where I always go way too slow because I talk way too much. I think I can turn off this. Oh yeah, I can, for now at least. Doomsday with My Dog, Volume 1 and 2, I haven't touched the series yet. Living Room Matsunaga-san, Volume 1 through 11, the entire collection, I've read up to Volume 7. Just noticed that 6 and 7 are reversed. Girls Last Door, Volume 1 through 6, the entire collection, I've read all 6 of them. The 2 of them are pretty much like this, Volume 1 through 3, and I've read up to Volume 2. The manga version of The Magical Revolution of the Reincarnated Princess and the Genius Young Lady, Volume 1 through 4, I've read up to Volume only 1 actually. Mint Chocolate, Volume 1 through 7, I've read up to Volume 3. In the Land of Leedale, manga version, Volume 1, 2, and 3, I've only read Volume 1. My Friend's Little Sister As It In For Me, Volume 1 through 7, I've read up to Volume 3. Little Witch Academia, The Nonsensical Witch and the Country of the Fairies, there's only 1 volume actually, I've read it. My Special One, Volume 1 and 2, I've read both. Frieren, Beyond Journey's End, Volume 1 through 8, I've read up to Volume 4. I think I'm gonna need this back. Higiro, after being rejected, I shaved and took in a high school runaway, Volume 1 through 7, I've read up to Volume 3. Hello Melancholic, Volume 1 through and 3, I've read Volume 1. Arukana Receive, Volume 1 through 10, the entire collection, I've read up to Volume 4. Happy Kaneko's Killer Live, Volume 1 through 6, I've read up to Volume 5. The light novel version of The Magical Revolution of the Reincarnated Princess and the Genius Young Lady, Volume 1 through 4, I've read up to Volume 1. The Alchemist Who Survived Now Dreams of a Quiet City Live, Volume 1 through 6, I've read only Volume 1. This is the light novel version. I also have the manga version, by the way. The manga light novel version, of Adachi and Shimamura, Volume 1 through 10, I've officially read up to Volume 8, but I did read almost up to Volume 11 unofficially. The manga version of Adachi and Shimamura, Volume 1 through 4, I've read up to Volume 2. A Condition Called Love, Volume 1, 2, and 3, I've read up to Volume 2. Studio Apartment, Good Lightning, Angel Included, Volume 1 and 2, I've read both. Black and White, Tough Love at the Office, Volume 1, I haven't touched it yet. Alright, next is My Boy in Blue, French version, Volume 1 through 12, I've read up to Volume 4. I Love You So Much, I Hate You, there's only 1 volume and I've read it. If Witch Then Witch, Volume 1, 2, and 3, the entire collection, I've read all 3 of them. Sakurai-san Wants to Be Noticed, Volume 1 through 4, the entire collection, I've read up to Volume 2. The Summer You Were There, Volume 1, 2, and 3, I've read up to Volume 2. Magic Artisan Dahlia Wilts No More, Volume 1 through 4, I've read up to Volume 1. I've Been Killing Slimes for 300 years and maxed out my level, Volume 1 through 10, I've read up to Volume 1. Yuri Espoir, Volume 1 through 4, I've read up only Volume 1. Banished from the Heroes Party, I Decided to Live a Quiet Life in the Countryside, manga version, I haven't touched the series yet. Next is Alia Sometime Hides Her Feeling in Russian, Volume 1, 2, and 3, I've read Volume 1. Chasing After Aoi Koshiba, Volume 1 through 4, the entire collection, I've read up to Volume 2. Wandering Witch, The Journey of Alina, manga, light novel version, Volume 1 through 10, I've read up to Volume 5. Asumi-chan is interested in lesbian brothels, Volume 1 and 2, I've only read Volume 1. Ouch. Ow. Sorry. Sunbeams in the Sky, Volume 1, I've read it. You Like Me, Don't You, So Wanna Go Out With Me, Volume 1, I've read it. I Want to Hit Your Pancreas, light novel version, I've read it. The light novel version of Banished from the Heroes Party, I Decided to Live a Quiet Life in the Countryside, Volume 1 through 8, I've read up to Volume 2. I'm in Love with a Villainess, Volume 1 through 5, the entire main collection, I've read up to Volume 2. The manga version of, light novel version, of Igero, After Being Rejected, I Shaved and Took in a High School Runaway, Volume 1, 2, and 3, I've read up to Volume 2. The Executioner and Her Way of Life, Volume 1 through 6, This is the light novel version, I've read up to Volume 2. Bofuri, I Don't Want to Get Hurt, so I'll max out my defense. Light novel, volume 1 through 9, I've read up to volume 4. The Angel Next Door Spoils Me Rotten, volume 1 through 5, I've read up to volume 4. Somersault Turn, I believe the English name is for this series, even though it has an English name for the French version. Volume 1 through 5, the entire collection, I haven't touched it yet. The light novel version of I've Been Killing Slime for 300 Years and Maxed Out My Level, volume 1 through 13, I haven't touched the series yet, so this is gonna take a while. In the Land of Leadale, volume 1 through 8, the light novel version, I've read up to volume 2. Alright, so we're almost halfway done. So, alright, let's continue with the manga version of Bofuri, I Don't Want to Get Hurt, so I'll max out my defense, volume 1 through 6, I've read up to volume 2. Paradise Residence, volume 0 through 3, I've read 0 and 1 through this one book. Otherworldly Izakaya Nobu, volume 1 through 10, I've read up to volume 7. My Dear Friend no Kotan, volume 1, 2, and 3, I've read up to volume 2. Yokohama Kaidashi Kiku, volume 1 through 10, I've unofficially read up to volume 4, but I still haven't touched any of these 10 books. No Matter What You Say, Furusan is Scary, oh I mixed them up, sorry. But yeah, Furusan is Scary, volume 1 through 4, I've read up all 4 of them. And Hitomi-chan is Shy with Strangers, volume 1 through 5, I've read up to volume 4, I think. Not sure about volume 5. Right, never mind, I read volume 5. And The Girl with the Sanpaku High, volume 1 through 4, sorry, I've read all 4 of them. Pompo de Cinéphile, volume 1 through and 3, I've read up to volume 2. Donut Under a Crescent Moon, volume 1 through 4, the entire collection, I've only read volume 1. Uzaki-chan Wants to Hang Out, volume 1 through 9, I've read up to volume 7. I Fell in Love with a Soapland Girl, volume 1, 2, and 3. At this point, I think it's the entire collection because they're all released like in 2020 and there's no news of a volume 4 so far. Anyway, I've read up to volume 2. Cats and Sugar Bowl, there's only one volume, I haven't touched it yet. Next is Inamatsuri, volume 1 through 18. Almost the entire collection, only one volume left. I've read up to volume 11. Aoi 2, moving forward, volume 1 through 11, the entire collection, I've read up to volume 3 or 4, I'm not 100% sure. Tomo-chan is a Girl, volume 1 through 8, I've read all 8 of them, this is the entire collection. Corpse Party, Blood Covered, volume 1 and 2, I haven't touched the series yet. The Ideal Sponge of Life, volume 1 through 13, I've read up to volume 2. Kinder Spirit on the Roof, the complete collection, volume 1 and 2, I've read it. And these 3 I haven't touched them yet. So The Girl I Want Is So Handsome, volume 1 and 2. The Whole Humanity Has Gone Yuri Except For Me, volume 1 and 2. Count Fujiwara's Suffering, volume 1, 2, and 3. Still haven't touched them. Next is Magia Record, Puella Magi Madoka Magica Side Story, volume 1 through 5, I've only read volume 1, and you'll see a little surprise a bit later. It's regarding this series actually. I think, at least. How-chan Can Study, volume 1 and 2, I haven't touched the series yet. Agent of My Heart, volume 1 through 4, the entire collection, I haven't touched it yet. Daily Report About My Witch Senpai, volume 1 and 2, I've read both. Gabriel Dropout, volume 1 through 12, I've read up to volume 11. I could have sworn that I had volume 4 of this. I think. But I probably just misplaced it. But I only read volume 1 of the manga version of Wandering Witch. I Can't Believe I Slept With You, volume 1, 2, and 3, the entire collection. I've read only volume 1. The manga version of I'm in Love with a Villainess, volume 1 through 4, I've read only volume 1. Flying Witch, volume 1 through 11, I've read up to volume 9, sorry. Rainbow in Black, volume 1, 2, and 3, the entire collection, I've read all 3 of them. A Sign of Affection, volume 1 through 6, I've read all 6 of them. Aho Girl, A Clueless Girl, volume 1 through 12, sorry, the entire collection, I've read up to volume 4. Plongée dans la nuit, Volume 1, 2, and 3, the entire collection, I haven't read it yet. A Whisker Away, Volume 1 through 3, the entire collection, I've read up to Volume 2. Next is Rent a Really Shy Girlfriend, Volume 1, 2, and 3, I've only read Volume 1 and 2. Rent a Girlfriend, Volume 1 through 19, sorry. I've read up to Volume 7. Star-Crossed, Volume 1 through 4, the entire collection, I've read up to Volume 2. Yuri Is My Job, Volume 1 through 10, I've read up to Volume 8. Sayonara Football, Volume 1 and 2, I've read up to Volume 1. Nishiju, My Ordinary Life, Volume 1 through 10, I've read all 10 of them, and I hope that 11 will come soon, because it's already been released in Japan. Next is By the Grace of the Gods, Volume 1 through 8, I've read up to Volume 3. Dreaming Sun, Volume 1, 2, and 3, I've read up to Volume... I haven't read it yet, sorry. Next, I need to just sort out some stuff. It's gonna take just a second. Well, maybe more than a second, but, you know, not long. Alright, so next is I Want to Eat Your Pancreas, the manga version. I've read both Volume 1 and 2. Next is Bloom Into You, Volume 1 through 8. I've read the entire collection. Bloom Into You, regarding Saiki Sayaka, the light novel, Volume 1, 2, and 3. I've read the entire collection. And one of my newest edition, Bloom Into You Anthology, Volume 1 and 2. Unofficially, I've read Volume 1, but I haven't actually read any of these two books. Frag Time, Volume 1 and 2. I've read both of them. Next is the original Kaze-san series, Volume 1 through 5, and Kaze-san in Yamada, Volume 1 and 2. I've read up to Volume 1 of Kaze-san in Yamada. The Condition of Paradise, the trilogy, I've read all 3 of them. If I Could Reach You, Volume 1 through 7, the entire collection, I've officially read up to Volume 5. The Great Jahi Will Not Be Defeated, Volume 1 through 5. I've read up to only Volume 1 actually. Next is My Senpai is Annoying, Volume 1 through 9. I've read up to Volume 8. Next, Citrus and Citrus Plus, Volume 1 through 10 and Volume 1 through 4. I've read all 14 volumes. Next is Azumanga Daioh, Volume 1 through 4, the entire collection. I haven't touched it yet. And Farewell to My Altar, volume. There's only one volume. I haven't touched it yet. Alright. We're almost done. Well, we're about 3/4 done. Alright. Futari Escape, Volume 1, 2, and 3. I've read up to Volume 2. Catch These Hands, Volume 1 through 4, the entire collection. I've read up to Volume 3. Laid Back Camp, Volume 1 through 13. I've read all 13 of them. Secret of the Princess, I haven't touched... yeah, I've read it. There's only one volume, sorry. The Girl in the Arcade, Volume 1, 2, and 3, the entire collection. I've read... I haven't read any yet. Next is... New Game, Volume 1 through 13, the entire collection. I've read all 13 of them. Hello. Yuri Life, No Love, No Life. There's only one volume, I've read it. The Demon Girl Next Door, Volume 1 through 6. I've read all up to Volume 3. When Will Ayumu Make His Move, Volume 1 through 11. I've read up to Volume 7. Shikimori's Not Just a Cutie, Volume 1 through 12. I've read up to Volume 8. Marmalade Boy, Volume 1 through 4. Through these double-sized book, I've read Volume 1 and 2. Keihan, the complete omnibus edition, so Volume 1 through 4. I haven't touched the series yet. Next is Spring Yearning. This is a hentai that I haven't read yet. Next is another hentai, When Budding Lilies Blossom. I've actually read it. And this is one of my newer edition. It is not a hentai, but it's close enough. W Pleasure, a Twin Yuri anthology. I haven't read it yet. Next is Namikawa-san Won't Take a Licking, Volume 1 through 3. I've read all 3 of them. The Maid I Hired Recently is Mysterious, Volume 1 through 4. I've read 1 through 5, sorry, but I did read up to 4. Breasts Are My Favorite Thing in the World, Volume 1 through 6, I've read up to Volume 3. Tropical Fish Yearns for Snow, Volume 1 through 9, the entire collection, I've read up to... well, I've read all 9 of them. Sorry, just a second. Alright. Nay Nay Nay, there's only one volume and I've read it. Nun Nun Biori, Volume 1 through 16, the entire collection, I've read all 16 of them. Girlfriends, Volume 1 through 5, I've read all 5 of them. And my cat is now trying to force his way in my room, and he just managed to, so we might be interrupting the video a bit. Skip and Loafer, Volume 1 through 7, I've read up to Volume 6. My Lovey-Dovey Wife is a Stone Cold Killer, Volume 1 through 4, I've read up to Volume 3. Otaku Hell, Volume 1 through 5, I've read up to Volume 3. Slow Life in Another World, Volume 1 through 5, I've read Volume 1. A Galaxy Next Door, Volume 1 through 4, I've read up to Volume 2. Monologue Woven for You, Volume 1, 2, and 3, the entire collection, I've read up to Volume 2. Does It Count If You Lose Your Virginity to an Android, Volume 1, I've read it. Look Back, there's only one volume, and I've read it as well. Alright, next is After Hours, Volume 1, 2, and 3, the entire collection, I've read only Volume 1. Alter Ego, there's only one volume, I haven't touched it yet. Teasing Master Takagi-san, Volume 1 through 17. As I said last time, I've read only 5 from 16 officially, 1 through 4 in French, and I haven't touched 17 yet. The 100 Girlfriend Who Really, 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 Really Loves You, Volume 1 through 6, I've read Volume 1. Failed Princess, Volume 1 through 6, the entire collection, I've read up to... Well, I've read all 6 of them, and 7 Seas actually just released a Volume 6.5, but digital only. That kinda sucks, but I'm definitely gonna buy it and double dip and get the physical version if it ever comes out. Kuma 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 Bear, Volume 1 through 6, I've read up to Volume 2. Oshinoko, Volume 1 and 2, I've read Volume 1. Himakoi, Now I'm in Love, Volume 1 through 6, I've read up to Volume 3. How Do We Relationship, Volume 1 through 8, I've read up to Volume 4. Anna and Hina After School, Volume 1 and 2, and I've read both. Oh no, sorry. At long last, after 2 years, I finally got my copy of Volume 3. But you're probably gonna make me do the walk of shame, but I haven't read Volume 3 yet. Anyway, Kubo Won't Let Me Be Invisible, Volume 1 through 6, I've read up to Volume 5. Volume 1 through 7, sorry, but I did read up to Volume 5. Tamamo-chan's a Fox, Volume 1 through 6, I've read up to Volume 3. This is the entire collection, by the way. Still Sick, Volume 1, 2, and 3, I've read only Volume 1. Next is To Save the World, Can You Wake Up This Morning After with a Demi-Human, Volume 1 through 6, I've read up to Volume 2. Divine Railment Magical Girl Howling Moon, Volume 1 through 3, the entire collection, I've read all 3 of them. After School Beechcraft, Volume 1, 2, 3, the entire collection, I've read Volume 1. If the RPG World had Social Media, Volume 1 and 2, I haven't touched it yet. This is the entire collection, by the way. Same thing for Last Run Arthurs, but I did read Volume 1. Our Teachers Are Dating, Volume 1 through 4, the entire collection, I've read all 4 of them. The Saint's Magic Power is Omnipotent, Volume 1 through 7 of both the manga and light novel, and I've read Volume 1 and 2 of both. Call of the Night, Volume 1 through 12, I've read up to Volume 4. Idle Dreams, Volume 1 through 7, I've read up only Volume 1. NTR Netsuzu Trap, Volume 1 through 6, the entire collection, I've read Volume 1 through 4, sorry. Now Loading, there's only one volume, I've read it. Who Says Warrior Can't Be Baked, Volume 1, 2, and 3, the entire collection, I've read Volume 1. Goodbye My Rose Garden, Volume 1, 2, and 3, the entire collection, I've read all 3 of them. Next is Drugstore in Another World, The Slow Life of a Cheat Pharmacist, Volume 1 through 6, I've only read up to Volume 2. Next is the manga version of The Executioner in a Way of Life, Volume 1 and 2, I've read Volume 1. Miruko-chan, Volume 1 through 7, I've read up to Volume 5. Next is The White Cat's Revenge as plotted from the Dragon King's Lab, Volume 1, 2, and 3, I've read Volume 1. Oreimo, Volume 1 through 4, I've read up to Volume 2, this is the entire collection, and my cat just climbed on my shoulder and my back hurts because of it. Next is Ero Manga Sensei Volume 1, 2, and 3, the entire English collection, because Dark Horse decided to not continue to publish this series. I've read all 3 of them. My Cute Little Kitten, Volume 1, I haven't touched it yet. The Tale of the Outcasts, Volume 1 through 7, I've read up to Volume 3. Days Unfest, Volume 1 through 5, I've read up to Volume 3. The Golden Sheep, Volume 1, 2, and 3, I've read up to Volume 1. The Girl I Like Forgot Her Glasses, Volume 1, 2, and 3, I've read up to Volume 2. There's No Freaking Way I'll Be a Lover, Unless, Volume 1 and 2, I've read none of them. A Witch's Love at the End of the World, Volume 1, 2, and 3, the entire collection, I've read up to Volume 2. The Eclair series, I've only read the first one, which doesn't have any color. Restaurant to Another World, Volume 1 through 4, the entire collection, I've read up to Volume 2. Konohana Kitan, Volume 1 through 12, I've read up to Volume 6. Futari Baya, Volume 1 through 9, I've read up to all 9 of them. Next is Touring After the Apocalypse, Volume 1 and 2, I've read both. Happy Sugar Life, Volume 1 through 10, I've read up to Volume 9. Imperfect Girl, Volume 1 through 3, the entire collection, I've read all 3 of them. Next is Our Wonderful Days, Volume 1, 2, and 3, the entire collection, I've read all 3 of them. Even Though We're Adults, Volume 1 through 6, I've read up to Volume 2. Roll Over and Die, I Will Fight for Another Life with My Love and Cursed Sword, Volume 1, 2, and 3, I've read only Volume 1. Trapped in a Dating Sim, The World of Automi Games is Stuff from Mob, Volume 1 through 7, I've only read Volume 1. Days of Love at Seagull Villa, Volume 1, 2, and 3. The entire collection, I've read all 3 of them. Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro, Volume 1 through 14, I've read up to Volume 9. School Zone Girls, Volume 1, 2 through 4, I've read up to Volume 3. Sex Ed 120%, Volume 1, 2, and 3, the entire collection, I've read up to Volume 1. Strawberry Fields Once Again, Volume 1, 2, and 3, the entire collection, I've read all 3 of them. The Alchemist Who Survived Now Dreams of a Quiet City Life, Volume 1 and 2, I've read only Volume 1. Gudere Sohana Giara, Volume 1 through 4, the entire collection, I've only read Volume 1 and 2. Alright, next, the last shelf. Let's try to do this in 3 minutes. Anano Bread, Breath of Flower, Volume 1 and 2, the entire collection, I've read both of them. Une si belle couleur, Volume 1 and 2, the entire collection, I haven't touched it yet. Octave, Volume 1 through 6, the entire collection, I've read up to Volume 2. Flower for Vincent, Volume 1, I haven't touched it yet. And Yet You're So Sweet, Volume 1 and 2, I've read Volume 1. Same for Mitsubishi Color, Volume 1 and 2, read Volume 1. I almost remember the name of this, but yeah, Trois Yakuza Punataku, Volume 1 through 8, I've read Volume 1 and 2. Next is Secret Girlfriend, Volume 1 and 2. I've officially didn't read these, but I did read the whole thing unofficially. Partners 2.0, Volume 1, I haven't touched it yet. Secret of the Magical Stones, Volume 1, 2, and 3, the entire collection, I haven't touched it yet. Luminous Blue, Volume 1 and 2, the entire collection, I've read both of them. These are upside down, sorry about all of these, but Nos Différences Enlacées, Volume 1 through 4, I've read Volume 1. Adabana, Volume 1, 2, and 3, the entire collection, I haven't touched the series yet. Our Summer Love, there's only 1 volume, I've read it. Next is Lovely Loveless Romance, Volume 1, 2, and 3, I've read Volume 1. En Attendant Lundi, Volume 1 and 2, I've read Volume 1. Country Girl, Alice in the Country of the Three-Sided Mirror, Volume 1 and 2, the entire collection, I haven't touched it yet. Mon coloc est une gameuse, Volume 1 through 5, I've read only Volume 1. L'Appel des Montagnes, Crossing the Mountains, Volume 1 through 4, I've only read up to Volume 2. Madoka's Secret, there's only 1 volume, I've read it. I don't remember the name of this one in English, sorry, but Mordu de Toi, Volume 1 through 5, I've read up to Volume 2. A couple of Cuckoos, Volume 1 through 6, I've read up to Volume 1. Girlfriend, Volume 1 through 4, I've read up to Volume 2. Super Cup, Volume 1 through 3, I've read up to Volume 2. Pseudo Aram, Volume 1, I've read it. Sweetness and Lightning, Volume 1 and 2, I've read Volume 1. No Mots Comme des Bulles, Volume 1 and 2, I've read Volume 1. Insomniacs After School, Volume 1 through 7, I've read all 7 of them. Send to Man, Volume 1 and 2, I've only read Volume 1. Puella Magi Madoka Magica, this is what I meant earlier, Volume 1 and 2, I haven't touched it yet. Neko no Terano Shion-san, Volume 1 through 6, Volume 1 through 9 actually, sorry, I've read up to Volume 5. Blade Girl, I don't remember the rest of the subtitle, but in French it's called Running Girl, Volume 1, 2, and 3, I've read Volume 1. My Neighbor Siki, Volume 1 through 10, I've read up to Volume 3. Witch Watch, Volume 1 through 4, I've only read Volume 1. And last but not least, Saotome, Love and Boxing, Volume 1 through 10, the entire collection, I've read up to Volume 3. Alright, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.